Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to show you how to do this beautiful little stitch. Now this stitch, it's really easy and quick and it looks like little tornadoes. I'm going to use a 7mm crochet hook again, but I'm going to use this So Crafty ombre yarn, and this is a Sundance one. This is from Aldi's and it's really pretty. There is some mint green in there as well, and it will start with a nice pretty mint green, and this is really squishy and soft. So I'm going to start with my slip knot. You just do your slip knot whatever way that you would normally do it. I'm going to do my chain and it needs to be in sets of 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I'll do my chain, then I need to do an extra 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this extra 5 is to do 3 for your chain, and then you need the extra 2 stitches so that you have 3. I'll show you this. It's easier if I show you it. So the extra 5 stitches gives you your treble crochet here and these 2. You need to keep your pattern the same at this end and this end. So if you just do 6, you'll have 3 missing on this end. So the extra 5 stitches makes up this section here. You're going to go into the 4th stitch in the chain, so count 1, 2, 3 and 4. Don't count the stitch on your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do a UK treble crochet. Now this is where your 5 stitches are coming in. We're using 3 from here and we're making an extra 1 here. We're making our treble crochets. We're going to do a treble crochet all the way to the end. Now don't worry if you miscount your chain. If you miscount, you can add some stitches with your long tail. So do 1 UK treble crochet. So we're doing 1 treble crochet into every stitch. If you're in the USA, this is a double crochet all the way to the end. Got my stitch count proper. I've got sets of 6 stitches and I've got 3 extra on the end. Now when we did the extra 5 stitches, that is 1, 2, 3 and your extra 2 helps to make up this chain area here, this very first chain, and that way it doesn't take it away from your stitch count. When you see a pattern and it says 6 plus 5, the 5 is usually to keep the pattern symmetrical and to make that first stitch here so that you don't take away from your foundation chain. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now that counts as your first treble crochet. If you're in the USA, this is a double crochet. Turn your work into the next stitch, put 1 treble crochet and 1 into the next one. So we're going to start with 3 treble crochets and we're going to finish with 3 treble crochets, and that's going to keep the pattern symmetrical. You're going to chain 1, skip 1 and do a treble crochet into the next stitch. Now around this stitch you're going to put 5 treble crochets around this stitch. You're going to keep each one on the hook, and that's what's going to make that little tornado shape. So put your yarn over and go around that post. We're going around this post here. So just turn your work around the post, yarn over and come through 2 loops. Keep that stitch there, that's 1 done. Yarn over, around the post, pull through, yarn over and come through 2 loops. That's 2 stitches. That's 3, keep it on the hook, 4 and 1 more makes 5. And keep it on the hook. Now put your yarn over and come through all of those loops. So we're going to lock these in. So chain 1 to lock it in. Chain 1 more, skip 1 stitch, and we're going to put 3 treble crochets in the next 3 stitches, 1 into each stitch. That's 1, 2 and 3. And that gives you your first little tornado. It'll be a little bit bigger on this one because this is a thicker yarn. You're going to chain 1, skip 1 and put a treble crochet in the next one. We're going to make our next little tornado. So around the stitch you're going to put 5 treble crochets. That's a double crochet if you're in the USA. Keep it on the hook. That's 1, 2, keep it on the hook, 3, 4 and 5. Pull through all of those loops and lock it together. Now chain 1, skip the next stitch and then do 3 treble crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1, we're doing another tornado space. This is what you're getting. Looks like these little tornadoes. Don't worry about it looking bumpy like this. When we do the next row, it's going to pull all that in. We're going to do a row of treble crochets next. Skip a stitch and do a treble crochet. And we're going to make a tornado again. Yarn over and do 5 UK treble crochets. Keep your stitch on the hook. Keep them all on the hook. That's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yarn over and pull through and lock them together. Chain 1, skip 1 and then do 3 treble crochets. You'll do that all the way along your chain. 1, 2 and 3. So that is your pattern. Now don't worry that it looks a little bit like this. It's going to get pulled in when we do the next row. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and turn. You're going to do 1 full row of treble crochets. If you're in the USA or another country, this is double crochets. So yarn over and go into the next stitch. You're going to put 1 into every stitch. So when you get to the chain space, you're going to put 1 treble crochet in there. And in through the top, can you see that stitch there? We're going to put 1 in through there. This is the one that collected all those stitches together, right in the middle of your little tornado. And then 1 into the chain space, all the way along. 1 treble crochet. And this row will pull that other row in a little bit. So as you can see, it's not bending out so much. and you've got your little tornado, and that is the 2 rows that you're going to repeat. So 1 into the chain space, 1 into the top of your cluster stitch here. I'm calling it a tornado, but it is a cluster stitch. 1 into the top, 1 into the chain space, all along the row. This is a really quick stitch. It's a really pretty pattern as well. I saw this in a stitch book. So put your hook through there, right through the top, pull through, all the way along. Go into the chain of 3, into the top of the chain of 3. 1, 2, 3, into that 3rd stitch and pull through. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and turn. What you're going to do now is you're going to put a treble crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1 into this stitch and 1 into the next stitch. You're going to chain 1, skip that stitch, and then you're going to do a treble crochet into the top of this one and do your tornado. As long as you do your little skips, chain 1 and skip stitch. So we're going to build your tornado above this one here. So yarn over, remember, and keep all 5 stitches on the hook. 3, oops, that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now pull through all of those stitches and lock it in, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and then put 3 treble crochets into the next 3 stitches. That's 1 into each stitch. 1, 2 and 3. So we're going to repeat the pattern with the little tornado, the little cluster on it. We'll call it a cluster, but it does look like a little tornado when you see it. It's all twisted up and around. Chain 1, skip 1 and do a treble crochet into this one here. And then do your cluster. Do your little tornado cluster. And 5. Pull through all of those, 1 to lock it in, chain 1, skip 1, and you'll have your 3 treble crochets on the end. That's 1, 2, and 1 into the top of your chain. That's your chain of 3, 1 into the top of that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and turn. And then we're going to do a treble crochet row. So 1 treble crochet all the way along, 1 into the space, 1 into the top of your cluster, 1 into the space, and 1 above all the other stitches. So we're going to do a treble crochet row. One into the space, 1 into the top of the cluster, 1 into the next space. And that's what pulls it in. It's going to pull it back into shape. Now it goes out around a little bit because this cluster is quite big, but when you do your treble crochets here, here and here, it pulls it back in to shape, and this is what you get. These are the 2 rows that you'll keep repeating until your blanket is as big as you want it. Then 1 into the top of that cluster, 1 into the chain space, and then 1 into the trebles, 1 into each, above each treble crochet, 1 into the chain space, and it grows really fast this as well, and you can use any yarn that you want. Looks like you get that really pretty twist. Now on one side it looks like a little heart, and on the other side it looks like that little tornado. I'm going to get my other blanket in. So I'm still working on this one, and look how pretty this is. It is so pretty. And that's the other side. So it is reversible. It's a really nice light blanket. If you live in a country that's quite warm, this is quite a nice open little light pattern, and it's pretty. It's really nice done with this baby cakes, this Karen yarn. It's so pretty. I keep saying it's so pretty because it is. It's a really quick stitch as well. So give this a try. I think you'll really like it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then please click on the subscribe button. And if you click on the bell icon, then YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial. So give this one a try. It's quick, it's easy, and it doesn't eat up too much yarn. And look at that, it's so pretty.